something bad was about to happen, my people. I never knew something bad was. I've not had this kind of experience before. Immediately they rushed my baby to a room, okay, to an emergency room. I followed them immediately to that emergency room.
Welcome to Triplets Unique Family. Do expect stories, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you.
Hello guys, and welcome back again to our channel. It's your girl Mama Triplets in the building. If you're new here, you are highly welcome. My name is Francisca and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based here in Italy with my family of 6 with triplets, so you are highly welcome. If you're new here, please do me this favor, subscribe to our channel, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime we upload a new video, okay? For my returning subscribers, you all are amazing. God bless you all for your support. I really appreciate, okay? So guys, today I will be telling you guys how we nearly lost one of our triplets. Yes, you heard me well. If not God, if not this my God, we nearly lost one. There was a day, okay, and you know when they were actually tender, they used to sick, and when one is sick, the other one will just join. The other one will just join. So when one is sick, is in fact even up to today, when one is sick today now, just give the next person 24 hours, you see the next person will start to be sick. Just give the another person 24 hours, you see the other one will start to sick. So when they were actually small, when I newly get back to them, once one is sick, if we go to the hospital, before you know it, they will admit 3 of them. It was actually helpful, yes. Anything that has advantage has disadvantage also. So it was helpful because since I'm just here alone with my husband, so anytime they are sick, it's always better that 3 of them are sick so that I can be in the hospital with them, okay? I don't know if you guys understand me, because if only one is sick, I will be in the hospital. So the remaining 2, who is going to take care of the remaining 2? My husband used to go to work, so you now see it will not become a problem. So anytime one is sick, before you know it, the remaining 2 will just be sick. So I see that as an advantage. So guys, they have been sick, they will get sick and they will recover, sick, recover, sick, recover, sick, recover, okay? But it was this particular one, there's this particular sickness. That was when they were actually in their 50 months, okay? So one day I noticed that it was Dennis. Dennis was not moving himself very well. So I was just monitoring him very well. I was monitoring him to see what is wrong, okay? So in the morning, okay, that is the next day, in the morning, we had an appointment in the hospital with 3 of them. So we went for that appointment. I was still monitoring him. So during the time we were waiting for the doctor to come us in the hospital, okay, just normal appointment, normal checkup. So during the time, I now checked Dennis again. I noticed he wasn't breathing well. He was not breathing fine at all. And I rushed him immediately, and my husband went downstairs with my first son to get him something. He said he's hungry, so he went downstairs to get something for my first son. And another Italian person, okay, a family friend, came to the hospital to, to help us, because anytime we are going to the hospital, she normally follow us, to help, because 3 babies, my people. She normally comes to help us. So that day she was actually there, and immediately I noticed that. I told her to stay with the 2. Since my husband has gone downstairs to buy something for my first son, so I now told this Italian woman to stay with the 2 babies, that I must take this child to kids ward, okay? In the hospital you have each section for everything, okay? So I needed to take him to pronto soccorso for kids, that is pediatrician. So I now rushed him immediately, as I didn't even take time. Immediately I noticed that I took him immediately, and I told the woman, I'm coming, I'm going to the children's ward. She now said, okay. I rushed him immediately to that children's ward, and when the attendant now saw me with the baby like this, he said, madam, he said, Keche. I said, guarda, guarda, forse lei non respira bene. I said, guarda lui, non respira bene, non respira. The woman now took my baby like this and started shouting. He started shouting, non mi piace questo, non mi piace questo. I don't like this kind of thing. I don't like this kind of thing. No, I don't like this. I'm like, God, what is happening? I said, what is happening? Because I see he's not breathing. That's, breathing well like normal, but I never knew it was actually in another level. You understand? I never knew it was in another level, but that lady knew it was in another level. So she now started to ring other doctors. She started to ring doctors that there is an emergency, there is an emergency. Doctors now started coming out from their offices. The ones the ones that are attending to patients, they started coming out. I was like, what is happening? Immediately they rushed my baby to a room, okay, to an emergency room. I followed them immediately to that emergency room. They placed him, they put him on the bed immediately. They tried to revive him. I said, God, is I knew he wasn't breathing normal, but I never knew something bad was about to happen, my people. I never knew something bad was. I've not had this kind of experience before. So when they now took him and they were just pressing him, they were just trying to recover him. They were just, and they were saying, no praying, no respond. The doctors were saying, no request, no respond, no respond. As in, he's not responding. So if they try to fix another thing, they will say he's not responding. They try to put the actually that I don't know how to explain this, because even me myself in that place, not be me there, it wasn't me that was there. Okay? So they were just trying to fix the oxygen, okay, for him to breathe well, so that the oxygen will help him to breathe well, okay. The oxygen was not connecting. No, it was not responding, because they were just saying it wasn't responding, not responding. I said, God, this is the time, it has come. I said, the time has come. The time has come. I called my husband immediately. I said, look at what is happening. My husband said it's a lie. My husband said it's a lie, that I should stop the joke. I said, what is joke? I said, look at, Dennis is in the emergency room now. They're trying to revive him. They're trying to fix oxygen. They're trying to fix oxygen. He said it's not true, that he just left us now. Which one is Dennis is sick? That he just left us now. He's still in the hospital, just that he went to buy this thing for my son. So he was just surprised because we were with him. He just left us. So how come? My husband never believed it too. He never till he came there. And I said, I beg, this is not time for arguments. And I cut the phone, I started praying. Dennis' name is Daberechi. Daberechi means rely on God. I'm going to make another video about their names, okay? How we choose their names. So Dennis' name is Daberechi, and I started to sing. Even in the hospital when I was pregnant with them, I used to sing it, okay? I started to sing, Dabere, na Chineke ka m dabere, ihe agaghị eme mo, ma m dabere na Chukwu. Dabere, na Chineke ka m dabere o, ihe agaghị eme mo, ma m dabere na Chukwu. Dabere, na Chineke ka m dabere. If you are not an Igbo, I'm sorry, but the song simply means that I rely on God, okay? It's only on God that I rely. I trust and rely on God, and nothing will happen to me, that I will never be ashamed, okay? As in, if you rely on God, God will never disappoint you. Let's just put it this way. That the meaning is, if you rely on God, okay, God will never disappoint you. So I was just singing. I was calling on God's name. I was reminding God of his promises, because he said, anytime this kind of situation occurs, anytime I see anything, that I should remind him of his words. If you know me, I'm good at reminding God of his words. He said, I should remind him of his words. Anytime I see, or anytime I am in a difficult condition, I should remind him of his words. That was exactly what I did that day. I started reminding God of his promises. I said, God, your gift does not add sorrow. Your gift will never add sorrow, okay? These children, you are the one that gave me these children. You will never take this child away from me just like that. Because your gift, you said, does not add any sorrow. And no sorrow will come near my tent. I covered this baby with the blood of Jesus. Nothing will happen to Daberechi. Daberechi, nothing will happen to you. Dennis, I was just praying inside the emergency room. Doctors, they didn't mind me. They didn't mind me. I was just firing prayer. I don't know if you have been in this condition that you see your child going. You don't know what to do. I don't know if you have prayed that kind of prayer before. Even if you don't have faith, your faith will actually come automatically as you don't have faith. Your faith will come automatically if you are in that condition. But I don't pray for anyone to be in that condition because it's not a good one. So I prayed. And what I had was, Adeso respond that now he's responding to the oxygen. That now he's responding. Now the oxygen is responding. When I heard is now responding, oh my God. I said, God, now I know you now, my daddy, I know you, I know what you can do. It's only someone that does not know you that will not even imagine what you can do. Me, I know what God can do. Do not even come and tell me anything. Me, as you're looking at me now, I know what God can do. Because what he cannot do does not exist. I know what God can do. So that is why anytime I am in a tight corner, I will call only God and God alone. Yes, I will just call God and remind him of his promises. If you have not been reminding God of his promises, what are you still waiting for? That is his weak point. That is his weak point. Okay? If you have not been doing it, start doing it. But before you do it, make sure your hands are clean. Make sure you are doing it in a good way. Okay? Not that you will not go and fornicate finish. I'm using this one as an example. You are a single girl. You have a boyfriend. You will go and fornicate. You fornicate, you finish. You will not come and say, God, I'm reminding you of your promises. It does not work like that. So. You have to make sure no one is righteous, okay? No one is 100% good, but you have to make sure you are trying your best to be on the right track, okay? You are trying your best to be doing what God said you should do, okay? Then when you are now on that track, you remind him of his promises. You will not say that he will do it for you. Not when you are doing the one that he said you should not do, and you are reminding him to do the ones he promised to do. If it's you, will you do it? So we should actually try to work on our ways, try to do things that pleases God, okay? So that anytime we're in a tight corner, you cry to him, you remind him of his word, because he is the one that said we should remind him of his promises anytime we are in a difficult moment. So you remind him of his promises, then you watch him see how he's going to clear, as in how he's going to perfect everything, and you will laugh. So guys, that was actually what happened, and and after that, Dennis came back to life, and they said he's responding now. Not that he is responding totally, okay, but at least there is hope. Now, before, I have never seen fear in doctors' eyes before. If you see fear in their eyes, I'm like, hey, what is happening? I nearly lost Dennis. I nearly, if not God, I nearly. So what happened now is that they now said we are going to be admitted, okay? So Dennis will be admitted. So the problem now is who will stay with the remaining two? Who will stay with the remaining two in the house? If I should stay, because I want to stay with the one that is sick, okay? I want to stay with Dennis that is sick, so that the ones that are not sick, another person can take care of them. But since they are twins, since they are triplets, and I know the way they used to be sick, if one starts, before you know it, the other one will start. I also want to be the one to monitor the remaining two, so that if anything, if they are only ones to start, I will notice it on time, because I'm actually good in in monitoring babies. I'm actually good in monitoring babies. So I was just like, God, what will I do? I can't leave this one in the hospital and stay with these two in the house to monitor them. And I can't also leave this one in the asylum. I was so confused, and I prayed. I'm sorry if my prayer wasn't a good one, but I told God, let these two start to be sick. Let these two start to be sick, so that I will stay with 3 of them in the hospital. so that I will stay with 3 of them in the hospital. I need to be with 3 of them. I need to be the one to monitor them. I need to I don't want to leave my kids in the hands of anybody. I want to be the one to monitor them. I said, God, let them do tests to these remaining 2 and let them see that their own is starting. Do you know what happened? I told the doctor, please, can you run tests to these remaining 2, the remaining Francis and then Kenneth and Francis, can you run tests? They now run the test. Do you know what happened? They said these 2, their own is starting to. They said their own is about to start. So they said no need of taking them home, that they need to be admitted, 3 of them, because their own is actually, so that it won't be too risky, okay? So they said no. So they are now the one now telling me that 3 of them must be admitted in the hospital. While before they were saying that it's only Kenneth that will be admitted in the hospital, that the remaining 2 should go home, okay? But this time they are not saying 2 or 3 of them should be in the hospital. So my people, this one is actually a miracle for me, because this is what I asked God, okay? So they now gave us 1 room for 3 of them. So I was in the hospital with them for like 13 days. Yes, 13 days, and I was monitoring them very, very well. And anytime, especially Dennis, okay, that his own is worst, any little thing, I will call the doctor. Even the doctors, they are monitoring him from their office, because his case is actually a serious one. So they said they are monitoring him from the office, but I should be looking at, I've forgotten the name. There's a place they said I should be looking at, okay? When the number is like this, when the number goes down, I should come and call them, something like that. So that was what we were doing. And after some days, Dennis got himself recovered, and Francis and Kenneth, they recovered also. So I went home with my 3 babies. It's just God that saved him. It's God that saved us. So guys, that is actually my story for today, okay? That is how God saved us, saved my son, okay? If you're a mother, will you tell God to make the remaining 2 to be sick? Or will you leave 1 in the hospital and stay with 2 in the house? Or will you stay with the one that is sick in the hospital and leave the remaining 2 in the hands of another person that maybe the person might not even monitor them very well? So what will you do if you are to be in my shoe? Do you think what I did was a good one? Like the prayer I made was a good one, by telling God to make the remaining 2 to be sick, not too sick, but at least let them show sign of sickness, okay? So thank you all for watching up to now. Comment in the comment section and let's interact there. God bless you all for your support. I will never take it for granted, as I said before. See you all in our next video. I'm going to sit down here and continue with the gist. I no go tire. You like gist, right? Me too, I like gist. Let us just the gist they go. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.